Well, that's disappointing. Someone left massive muddy tire tracks right through the campsite.
That looks like the waterfall.
Hi.
So we're going to talk about our last camping trip to Dallas, Texas. And why don't you go ahead?
So we've gone to see family up in Dallas. Tanya's got quite a bit of family up there, and they always like to spend time around Christmas and other times of the year. But we've got a German Shepherd that we love to take with us, now named Daisy. And, well, it's getting a little expensive to find a hotel room to accommodate her. So, and us as a family. Prices are going up. Hotel chains are tacking on extra bills for having a pet with you. And we've been getting more and more into camping, so we decided to test out the idea of setting up at a campsite, just like instead of a hotel, and then being able to go to our families and just visit with people and spend that time. So we decided to give it a shot. So we went and got a campsite at Cedar Hill State Park and drove up there. We've got some video to share with you all of that. You guys ready to do some camping?
Yeah.
Awesome. That was magical. What happened? Oh no, someone had a house fire. Not gonna lie, I'm having some gear envy and organization envy. Oh look, this guy had a bright idea to stick his phone out the window and record his family while he drove. Imagine the wind noise that was occurring on the microphone. What a not smart guy. Oh look there, he's talking. He must be saying something funny. Ha ha, everyone laugh. Who's ready to go camping? We're on our way up to Dallas to stay at Cedar Hill State Park. Happy camping, y'all.
Happy camping, y'all.
My wife got me a GoPro for Christmas. This was our first time using it out, so you'll have to excuse our less than stellar handling of the camera. We weren't really sure what we were doing at this point. Very few people were set up at this very large state park. Just a few RVs in place and one other tent camper. see our spot with the green arrow on the map and notice the amount of places that were closed. Well, that's disappointing. Someone left massive muddy tire tracks right through the campsite. We're off to a not so great start here. Hey girls.
We're playing a game and it's called Pokemon. We're pretending like Pokemons are real. Yeah. We're pretending like Pokemons made this track. Yeah. So like.
Some guy had the bright idea to delete his videos that he took from the men's showers. Smart guy. So there's some key points to take away from the bathrooms here. The water was hot. The floors were wet. There were heaters on the walls. We couldn't figure out how to turn them on. I think they're set to come on with a thermostat. And there's no soap. No soap. Bring your own hand soap, people. And no paper towels either.
That was brilliant. David put the tarp up there so that the rain wouldn't come in between the tent. It's working. Yep.
I think we had some fun. We had an adventure for sure.
Yes.
We might have gotten a little wet.
Yeah, oh yeah, and muddy. Very muddy.
If you need some electricity at your campsite, these sites do have electricity and water. Morning, everybody. Well, it was supposed to stop raining yesterday about 3 o'clock, and it rained again last night at 7, in fact really hard. And then this morning, about 6:30, it started raining again, and it hasn't really stopped till about now, a little after 9. Mama and the kids are still asleep in the tent. That Mr. Heater Buddy portable heater works really well. They're comfy and cozy in there. When you look at the tent, the rain fly over this tent doesn't do a great job with the sides. It keeps the rain well off the top, but I'm at the other end of the tent, kind of sticks out. The bottom of the tent sticks out a little too far below the rain fly. So when we came back to our room last night, my sleeping gear was all wet, which was just delightful. Everything on this side where we put that top over the tent, we also put a tarp between the two to make sure that no rain came through the middle. Did pretty good on that side. Like I said, my stuff was all wet. And when I woke up this morning and it was raining, it was dripping through the tent just very slightly, just enough to be agitating. So I got up, used the restroom. The biggest frustration is the mud. If you can see here over the hood. There we go. They had come and just, I'm not sure what they had done here. Some heavy duty equipment came through at some point when the ground was real soft, made massive tire tracks, dug some clear spots. Like right there, there's just a rectangle hole. It's just a muddy puddle right now. And then they piled up a bunch of dirt here at the base of the bathroom. And really, last night in trying to get from the truck to the tent, even the low parts down there, everything was just kind of flooded down there by the fire ring. So, all in all, this was pretty frustrating. The goal and point of this kind of a trial was we were seeing about using camping as an alternative to staying at a hotel when in Dallas to visit our relatives. And part of the problem when you're visiting relatives is everybody wants to stay late and keep on talking. So when we're rolling back to a campsite at midnight, I got little ones that are passed out asleep and I have to carry them to a tent, and I'm collecting massive levels of mud on my shoes while I'm carrying them to the tent. Just wasn't great. So I think we're gonna rule that this, camping's a lot more fun when you are just hanging out here at the campsite and doing camping things like cooking with a fire, and you're not having to go and traverse through the mud and whatnot. I'm sure people would be like, well, that's boring. What are you gonna do? Sit in the tent in the rain and play games? Yeah, probably. Visit with each other, tell stories, make up stuff, whatever. Have fun. But I think that when it comes to camping to visit with relatives, unless they're camping with us, not that great. Another thought as well, it's Christmas time that we're up here, and completely forgot about the fact that family is going to send us back with a bunch of gifts. So I've got the truck packed pretty good, and now all of a sudden, oh, by the way, here's a bunch of more things you need to take with you. Oh, and they wanted to send us with a bunch of plates of food too. And it was kind of a bummer to have to say, all this great food, I'm sorry, I don't have any room to take it back. Just some factors to think about. I'm gonna go grab some grub from a restaurant. Because of our intentions here, not to camp as a camp out, but to just have this as a place to stay for the night, we did not bring any of our cooking gear. So most of the cooking gear was really replaced with extra blankets and pillows as we were prepared for this to be cold. Which, by the way, yesterday we only got down to 60. This morning it got to 46. It's pretty chilly out there, especially in the rain. But at any rate, everybody's still asleep, so I am going to go get some food and bring it back. Hopefully they'll wake up and be happy with what I've got. Happy camping, y'all.
Videoing, right? Wasn't quite as dramatic as I thought.
Where my scissors at? It's cutting time. There it goes.
There's still more.
Still more?
Yeah, there's some more of that. We want to see a waterfall on here.
No, I do not want that. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cold too.
Would you like it if I made you cold and wet?
No.
Right now? No.
That will be not funny.
Try. Y'all ready?
That looks like the waterfall.
That, Mama?
Yep.
All right. Some of the things that we learned along the way are that it wasn't as viable as we would have liked. One of the factors that we didn't think about was you go to the family's house, everybody's having a good old time talking and playing, the kids are playing, and nobody wants to go back. They don't want to leave. They just want to keep having fun. So when it's finally time to go back, it's now midnight, and I'm carrying little girls into a tent, setting them into cots, and it's a little more difficult than doing it in a hotel room, that's for sure. So, did you have any thoughts about that part?
No, I don't want to leave. I want to stay, and I'm enjoying company and people. Like my cousin had just arrived, and I didn't have time to talk with her, so we had to leave. So it was very short visit with her, and but it was time to go because the girls were getting tired, and they were, it would be harder on David. I knew that it would be harder on him. So
the other thing that we came across is, since we're camping, we have to carry a bunch of gear in our truck. So now we've got a truck full of gear, and next thing we know, everyone's wanting to send us home with some presents and gifts and plates of food, and we just didn't have the space. It was, they didn't quite understand because it wasn't something that they were used to, and it was difficult to explain that. Of course, everybody's like, why on earth would you want to go out camping? It's Christmas time, it's cold.
Stay here.
Her uncle kept trying to get us to just go ahead and sleep on the couch. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that was fun.
So those two factors, I think, were a big thing to consider, that we probably won't do that again. Probably not the best decision to visit family like that. So we gave it a shot. We'll have to find some other options. But now for the biggest thing was, it's cold, right? We're going in December. And then we saw that it was going to be rainy, and so a lot of thought was put into making sure that everything stayed dry. We did not account for the mud.
Yes, that was terrible. We have a rug on the inside of the tent, and when we come in, we walk to our beds and take our shoes off. But, with the mud, you can't walk on the carpet because you're going to get the carpet all muddy. And so we had to take our shoes off at the front of the tent, but that was difficult, especially when we had the heater out, because then you're like trying to do a dance around this heater and not get burned. So that was not something that we had thought about. We didn't put a whole lot of thought into that.
Well, it was a bust. Very disappointed in this situation right here. Who would think that that's okay to make a mess like that? And then to continue to allow people to check out that campsite. Not very nice on the part of the management here at this park, Cedar Hill State Park. It was very difficult to go through those tracks, so we actually parked down here at the next site, 277. Yep. It's funny, they all say reserved. All of them. There's nobody here. Well, okay, there's one pop-up trailer on the other side of the bathroom. Mud. That will be the memory of this campout. So yeah, that mud was a lot to think about. Tear down took extra long. Daisy,
Daisy,
where are you going?
come back.
You're not supposed to be out here.
Hi, Daisy. She's gonna knock that
Oh, we'll see.
over. Okay.
Daisy, stay.
Daisy. Hi, Carol.
All right. So I guess in conclusion, Daisy, come here.
Come back.
Come here. You come stay here with me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
What
You want to go for a walk?
are you doing?
I don't have a leash for you. Come here.
Love you, Daisy.
Love you, Daisy. All right, we should probably wrap this up.
Okay. Happy camping, y'all.
Happy camping, y'all.